Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chaksurmitamyana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namah. Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe. So we'll continue reading from Srila Gurudev's lectures given in Holland, 1996. This is still his first lecture that he gave in the Western world. And he was speaking about Srila Prabhupada coming to the West and spreading Krishna consciousness. And that he came to fulfill the desire of Mahaprabhu, and especially of his Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. So Gurudev says, when I came here, especially today, I was overjoyed to see how Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj came to the West, penniless, by the Scindia navigation, which is a boat that Srila Prabhupada took across the ocean from India to America. It took him about a month to travel. He came without any money, Gurudev says, with some old and torn cloth, a worn and torn Gita, and 3 volumes of his Srimad Bhagavatam. These were his only possessions. And he had 1 pair of kartals and 2 mantras that he brought with him. Kartals are like a pair of cymbals. And he brought a copy of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, instructions that Krishna gave to Arjuna, written down in the Vedic scriptures. And also Srimad Bhagavatam, written by Vyasadeva, who wrote down all the life and activities of all the devotees of the Lord and Krishna himself that he performed in all of his different incarnations. So Gurudev says, the 2 mantras that he brought were Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavinda, and Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Gurudev says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu predicted that very soon a day would come that devotees would preach his holy name. What name is that? His own name, Krishna, Ram, Gora. Go to each village in the whole world and preach the holy names. So Swamiji, Srila Prabhupada, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or any of Mahaprabhu followers, especially Swamiji. Swamiji is an affectionate name for Srila Prabhupada that Srila Gurudev calls him. They have not come to this world to gain anything from the people of this world. Any rupees or any wealth, any pounds or anything. He has come to give Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's real wealth, by which receiving not only devotees, but anyone, even trees, grass, animals, men, gods, or demigoddesses, wherever this wealth goes in the ear, it will take one towards Krishna, towards God. For this purpose they have come. They have not come for any worldly gain. So this is an important point that Gurudev is making, that our gurus and the devotees of the Lord, Mahaprabhu himself, the Lord himself, they don't travel and preach and come to this world to gain something that they are lacking, like money or followers or anything like that. They have the supreme wealth. They have that real, everlasting, eternal, transcendental wealth of love for God, love for Krishna. And they don't need anything else. What need is there of anything else? Srila Gurudev, he would say that even if someone has all the money, so much money, so many houses, so many children, so many, beautiful wives and lovers and so many material possessions, if there's no love, if there's no real love, then that person cannot be happy. There's no happiness because there's no love and affection. But he said, even if somebody doesn't have anything, if he has no wealth, if he's very poor, if he has no possessions, no home even, nothing. But he said, if love is there, then he is very happy. And so this is a very, again, beautiful thing to think about. Srila Gurudev said that if you will meet somebody and invite them to sit down, even if you don't have anything to offer that person, any food, any water, Gurudev said, even if you will just speak sweet words with that person, he will be happy and they will be satisfied. But even if you will give someone money and clothing and food and shelter and everything, if you are doing it with a very bad mood and a very unpleasant mood, a very upset mood, and there's no love and affection there, then even if you give that person so many things, they won't want that. Because all living entities, they only want love. Krishna, he only wants love. So even if someone were to offer us so much money and so many other things, we know that, and the devotees of the Lord, and they understand that this cannot make them happy. Anything even that they will buy with that money is temporary. It cannot give them eternal happiness. You have so much money, and let's say you spend it on a very, very nice house and so many preparations and so many things for sense enjoyment. At once, it can all be burnt and everything can just go up into nothing, and now you're left with absolutely nothing. And all of those things that you thought that could make you happy are now completely gone. And you can have so many nice children, a very nice wife, and so many things, but your wife can die in a car accident, all your children can die in some kind of school shooting or something, or any kind of very tragic and terrible accident. And so none of these things are bad, but if we have so much attachment for these things, thinking that these things will make me happy eternally, this is never going to be possible. So the devotees of the Lord, they have that eternal everlasting wealth in their hearts. Srila Gurudev said, don't be upset if someone has stolen everything that you have. Because he said, the only thing that no one can steal from us is that mood and that love in our hearts and our love for God, for Krishna. And we keep that very safe in our hearts, and people can steal everything we have. People can steal even all of our clothes and everything. But if we have that love of Krishna in our hearts, we know that Krishna is protecting us. We're fully dependent on God, and know that He will maintain us and support us. And really, Krishna says in the Srimad Bhagavatam, he says in the scriptures that somebody who I really want to give my mercy to, I completely take away everything that they have. And by doing that, that person becomes completely dependent and fully submits himself to the Lord and gives up all of his own independent ideas and activities, and is only fully absorbed in thinking about God and thinking about loving Him and serving Him. And we have nothing left to be attached to in this world. We have nothing left to be distracted by and give our love and our attention and our affection to. Because if we are distracted by all of this false ego and all of the material things in this world and placing our love into those things, then Krishna will also not be very interested in us either. He'll think, oh, I'm going to go where people like actually love me like way more than they do here. Like Srila Gurudev, he would say that bhakti cannot bear to be neglected. And he said, if you have a newly married, very beautiful young wife, and you have just gotten a home together, and your relationship has just started, and there's so much love there, he said that if the wife will notice that the husband is even a very, very, very tiny bit neglectful, and he's putting his love, maybe he's speaking to another woman with so much affection, or he's not home so much and he's working, and maybe ignores her when he gets home, and he's not very interested in her, then Gurudev said that wife will think that her life is completely useless, and she may even give up her body, or at least she will go away and find somebody who really loves her with all of their heart. Because what's the point of being in that relationship if it's one-sided love? Gurudev said prema is two-sided. Prema is reciprocal. If you are loving someone, then you want that person loves you at least as much as you love them. Otherwise, there's no reason to be engaged in that relationship. There's no balance. And you will want to go somewhere where you are more loved. Right? We want to feel that, be in that place where people love us the most and care about us the most. and then we can be really happy. So the devotees who have that love in their hearts for God and seek God everywhere and are always serving Him with all of the words that they speak and all of their activities, they can be happy beyond any material circumstance, because they know that everything in this material world is temporary and everything is bound to go away. Srila Gurudev, he would say that everything that you're working so hard for in this world, at the time of death, you cannot take even a single hair of that with you, a single penny, a single anything. You will have to leave it behind. And death may come at any moment. So he said, why are you working so hard to collect all these things? If we want to go to Krishna, we have to try, under the guidance of a bona fide guru, to fully surrender ourselves to Krishna and develop that deep, 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 deep desire to go to Him. Otherwise, we can't, like we were saying yesterday, we can't gain entrance to that realm unless we've completely purified our hearts of any other separate desire than the desire to be completely submissive and subservient to Krishna. Otherwise, Krishna's not going to let you in his domain, in his abode, if you're just going to cause problems and you're going to cause drama and you're going to insult and criticize all of his devotees and attack them and hurt them and just kill the mood. Krishna's not going to let you kill the mood. So, like this. There's one history of a devotee by the name Parikshit Maharaj, and he was a great king. He was actually the king of the whole world at that time, thousands of years ago. And there's a big long story that goes with this, but the essence is that he was cursed to die in 7 days by a sage that he had offended by Krishna's arrangement. But anyhow, he went back to his kingdom and someone had told him that he had been cursed like this. And immediately he had some epiphany and thought, what should I do before I die? This kingdom can't save me. All of my wives, all of my children, all of my money, all of my army, all of my commanders, all of my wealth, everything. I can't take any of it with me. None of it's going to save me from death. So what should I do now? And he went to the bank of the river Ganges in India. And so many people came and tried to tell him so many different things. Oh, you should offer so many things in charity. You should do fire sacrifices. You should do mystic yoga. You should meditate on the impersonal light of nothingness and merge into that. Or you should do this and do that. And then one personality by the name Shukadev Goswami, a great saintly person, he entered that assembly and everyone offered their pranams to him, their obeisances. And he sat down and he started speaking. And he was saying so many things about how before we die, we should try to absorb ourselves in hearing about and speaking about and chanting the name of the Lord, Krishna. And Parikshit Maharaj asked Shukadev Goswami, if someone is about to die, either maybe in one moment they're on their deathbed and they're about to die, what should they do? Or if they're going to die in a year or 2 years or 3 years or 100 years or 1,000 years, what should they do? And Shukadeva Goswami said, if someone is going to die, at once they should chant the name of Krishna, Hare Krishna. Or if they can't do that, then just Krishna or Hare. Or if even that's too hard, Gurudev would say, Krish is kind of crooked. You should say Radhe, Radhe. Call out to the Lord, please pick me up from this material world, and I don't want to come back here anymore in this cycle of birth and death. I don't want to be born again trying to enjoy separate from you. Bring me to you and give me entrance into your abode. Give me love, pure love for your lotus feet, and engage me in your service. And Shukadeva Goswami said that if someone has more time than just a moment to live, he should hear about the transcendental activities and qualities of Krishna. So, there's no material thing in this world that the devotees want, because they have everything already. How is that? The devotees, they have Krishna in their hearts. They have the source of everything in their hearts. And they have nothing lacking. They have pure love for him, and they don't want anything from him anyways, because they know that all these things are only a distraction from Krishna, from their service to Krishna. And they know that all these material things are temporary. And really, they only get happiness from Krishna's happiness. They want him to be happy. So they think, how can I engage everything in Krishna's service? How can I please him? And when Krishna's happy, again, you become happy. Everyone becomes happy. And Krishna reciprocates that happiness back to us and tries to please us. But then we don't accept that because we only want to please him, and then it's a eternal competition of love and affection. So that is the real wealth that Mahaprabhu has come to give, that eternal wealth of love. And that is all that we're praying for. That's all that we want. And then we can really be happy. So, Hare Krishna, Radhe, Radhe.